Joel here with Coconut Peet's Surfboard Repair and Trading Company. Today I'm going to show you two techniques. I'm going to show you how to de-wax your surfboard, and then I'm also going to show you how to re-adhere your traction pad. Okay, so step one, we're going to gather all the materials necessary to go ahead and strip down the wax surfboard. What I got here, so I got your typical paint scraper from Home Depot. These usually run about $3. And then also mineral spirits, probably about $7. And that's a 1 gallon container that I got there. And then just a normal rag. Try to get one that's either microfiber or a really soft fabric. Stay away from stuff like rayon fabric, something that's either all cotton, wool even, if it's a soft wool. So we're going to go ahead and get started. Take this razor, and if you're using a new razor, you want to make sure to dull it up, because if you just go straight into the deck of the board, what's going to happen is you're gonna crack the fiberglass and the resin and the laminate strip at the top. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to run at an angle like this, like so. And what I've done, you know, it's changes seasons right now, but during the summertime you can leave the board outside and the wax will just melt really quickly, and it's a lot easier to scrape it off. So usually what I do before I start is I let the board sit out in the sun for a while. This board's been sitting out in the sun for probably about 10 minutes, but now that we're in the fall season, almost to winter, the heat's just not getting up to that a good temperature where the wax will just remove really quickly. So I'm making sure to come at it at an angle. I'm using a little bit of force, but being still kind of gentle because I don't want to catch the laminate and actually start pulling up the laminate strip, cause problems to the integrity of the surfboard. I'm also being kind of careful because there's stickers here, to work around them and against the grain on the stickers to not peel those off. Alright, so now that I got majority of the wax removed, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to take my rag, a normal t-shirt that I modified to recycle. Instead of buying a shop rag, I'm just using an old t-shirt. I'm going to take some of our juice here, pour a good amount. Now have it be noted that after you wipe down all the wax off the board, you're going to have to let the mineral spirits completely dissolve and dry out. You're going to have to let the board dry off. You can either run across it with a secondary dry cloth that has no chemicals on it, or you can let it sit in the sun, and depending on the season and how much sun is outside, eventually it'll evaporate off the deck of the board. So what I'm doing is I'm getting this board nice and cleaned up so it'll be showroom ready again. This is a free service that we do here at Coconut Peet's when you bring a board in. If you ask for it, we'll go ahead and we'll remove all the wax off your surfboard. It's also very important to do this, remove the wax on the deck of your board every couple months, because you want to check for any cracks, any holes, delaminations, soft spots in the deck, things of that sort. Okay, so now we got it all wiped down and clean. You can see how it's kind of shiny. That means that it's still wet because there's still mineral spirits on it. So now I'm going to take a dry cloth and come back across it with a dry cloth. And there we go. Now we have a nice clean deck, surfboard ready for the display room, showroom. up front, and if you're at home, you have a nice clean board so you can lay a foundation coat. I'd recommend starting with a base coat, and then depending on the season and time of year and the water temperature, you can choose to go there forth with warm wax, cool wax, cold wax. And in just a moment, I'm going to go ahead and show how to re-adhere a traction pad that's acting up, so stay tuned. Okay, so here we are, second installment of board repair here. This is a really simple one. You got this traction pad's acting up. This traction pad's an original traction pad from the 80s, so it needs a little bit of love. We want to keep it, reuse it so it can get its fullest potential for recycling purposes. We're gonna see that it can live out its fullest life by keeping it on this board instead of replacing it. So the product I recommend to start with is 3M Super 77 multi-purpose adhesive. And what we're going to do is I'm going to give it a little shake. Go ahead and spray it on here. And now I'm going to let it sit for a couple minutes so that it can gum up. Alright, so here we are. A couple minutes later, the adhesive's had time to sit and gum up a little bit. Now I'm going to go ahead and pull it down, apply some pressure, and hold it on there. If you're so desiring to surf, I'd probably give it, at least an hour or two to sit and let the adhesive bond the rest of the way. But other than that, pretty much ready to rock and roll. So congratulations on making it through the first little repair section. From Coconut Peets, I'm Joel W., helping you out here today. Thank you very much for watching. Have yourself a good one.